comrades, and welcome once again to Projekt Severovo. I am your DM, Mike, also known as Win 5 Get 1 Free. And where we last left off, we just had a pretty interesting development. So, let me give you the real quick fast points recap. We get one shot that is Olzeg talking to the old aristocracy of Milojevic. We get one shot of Anatoly speaking to the religious leader of the town, and kind of getting the creeps. Both of them, all the crew gets back to the bar, and then we see Sansika run into the bar, run up to her father, Mr. Stepan, and also to Raphael, and say something while crying and hysterical. A crowd begins to gather outside as around the hangman's noose in the center of the town, we have the corpse of Szabó, the sheriff. Olzeg gathers around. Anatoly, I believe you were still in the bar, weren't you?
I believe I was the one who went and saw.
That's right. Anatoly, you went and saw. Olzeg, you are still in the bar. And we will cut immediately to Anatoly, because he's in the action. Olzeg, you said you were comforting Sansika, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Anatoly, the huddled masses are the only thing shielding you from the biting cold wind of a blistering storm that seems to be coming in soon. You feel flecks of snow hit your hardened face as the crowd gathers around and murmurs this around this body. Some people nervous, some people seemingly indifferent, maybe even one or two people looking at it with a slight look of a grim smile on their face. You see, hanging from the hangman's rope, one Szabó. He is in his military uniform. However, it's not quite the same military uniform that you have. He is hanging there. He has 2 gloves, 2 boots, pair of glasses, big old coat, pair of pants, all of it pristine condition. The only thing that is not pristine condition is his neck. He is pale, very pale. And of course, what appears to be tacked onto his coat is a sheet of printer paper with one word repeated on it over and over and over.
I probably push my way through the crowds if I haven't already.
Sure.
To the front.
Okay.
Examine the body real quick.
Okay.
So, first things first. What you're saying is, this is not the uniform we found him in. Or was he dressed at all when we first found him?
When you first found him, he was in, like, his underwear and, like, a button-up shirt. So you had not seen anything other than his service weapon.
Okay. What is this piece of paper printed on his chest? Or what is, typed, I guess, out?
Typed on this piece of paper is the same word over and over again, all across. Sometimes typos, sometimes not. It seems to have been done in a hurry. The word malice.
Can I make a roll to see if there are any other... So, there is, the meaning malice, but in this context, is there anything I can roll to see if maybe malice might have another meaning?
Yeah, if you want to give me what you would feel would be an applicable roll, sure.
We also know that he claimed that he was being stalked by a malice.
Uh-huh. Can we do... Well, I guess it'd be education, wouldn't it?
When it comes to malice, I mean, like, you know the definition of malice. It's the feeling of absolute hatred and pure malignancy. as for other possible meanings, I mean, the best you could say is that he has referred to malice in a like proper noun fashion. So maybe there's an organization or a person, potentially just the concept of malice. You're not 100% sure.
Okay. Oh, I didn't even realize that. Up at the top, they give us roll options, so we can roll hard or extreme or verbose rolls if we need to.
Yes, and
I didn't know
also
that.
I did want to mention one thing. Y'all see where it says GM roll?
Yeah.
If you are in a situation, I might start calling this out if there is no situation, or if there is a situation that does need it. I'm simply going to say, if it is applicable to you, GM roll a bluff to me. I won't address anyone in particular, and it doesn't matter whether it is applicable to you or not. As long as you think it's applicable, I'll want you to make that roll. Sometimes you won't have to. But when you guys are talking around each other, sometimes you might be saying things that other players do not know are lies. And I want to keep the mystery up. So familiarize yourself with that button real quick so you know that it works properly.
So first things first, it does not turn on whisper chat.
No. No, it does not.
Oh well. Let's see. Okay, so let's see. I'd motion. Is there anybody near the platform, near probably the other end of the rope? I'd motion. If there is, I'd motion them to bring him down.
Yeah. You are kind of like looking around, and you see like a large number of civilians, and someone who sticks out to you as someone who is both strong and near the area, and seeming to be like commotioning at the moment. You actually see Father Praskovia. He's like rushing from the church, which is just next door. And he's gotten up to about the crowd, and he says, "What is the problem? What is..." And then he just like stops and stares at the body, just like dumbfounded.
Father, if you would be so kind as to take him down. The rest of you, can you not smell the storm on the wind or feel it in your bones? Please, return to where it is warm and safe. I and my allies will have news for you come the passing of the storm.
Man, you worded that well enough. I'm not even going to make you make a check. Everyone kind of looks at Father Praskovia real quick, and he kind of like steals him. He takes a second to steal himself, and then he looks at the crowd and just gives like a nod and says, "You heard the man. Find yourself to shelter. Nobody should be lost in this storm. We don't want a repeat. We don't want a repeat of anything of last month," I suppose he'd say. And yeah, I will still count that persuade. Nice, mark that. And you.
I realized I didn't mean to keep it on whisper. My bad.
You're good. You're good. But yeah, no, the crowd starts to disperse. The father kind of waves someone over, and he hollers, "Alexander, over here!" And the alms taker that you met last time kind of shuffles his way. And to give you a better description, he's tall, but he's like hunch tall, you know? So like he's a lot shorter than if he actually stood fully straight up.
Right.
But he's kind of like hunched over, and even hunched over, he's like 6'2". So yeah.
Big boy.
Yeah, and he doesn't really seem to talk much. He's a very quiet man. But yeah, he and Father Praskovia like start to lower the body, and they like get your help. Like maybe like Praskovia is on the counterweight, and like Alexander is like holding the body on one side and is having you hold the body on the other, you know. But yeah, you get him down. At this point, we're gonna cut over to Olzeg. Olzeg, you've been kind of calming Sunsika, and and like her father has come back in, and it only takes you a single glance to confirm what you've heard from Sunsika. The sheriff has been hanged, and nobody knows anything about it so far. Sunsika is like fucking destroyed. Like she's freaked out, right? And
Probably just she's probably not in the mood to be comforted, but like offering her, some physical presence to anchor her. But when her father comes, nodding to him and like letting him take over, since she's his child, he probably knows better how to calm her down than me.
Yeah.
And then go to Anatoly.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you take your crew with you?
Yeah.
Okay. You get Avanad, and you look around for a second, and you notice that Kryakov is not in the bar.
Avanad, how did we lose someone that tall?
I don't know, boss. Well, maybe he went to bathroom or something.
He'd better have, or else he will be AWOL.
Hmm. And Avanad kind of chuckles and says, I'm sure AWOL means a lot out here.
Let us go and look more at this body.
Aye, aye, Captain. And, you guys head out. One thing you do notice on the way out, just in passing, is like both Raphael and Petra, does that? No, Stepan, my bad. Are give basically Stepan brings out a cup, and Raphael pours a small amount of liquor in it and gives it to Sunsika. You notice that as you're leaving.
But when we get there, I'd like to make probably a spot hidden to see, as a KGB agent, I've probably seen a lot of suicides. I probably had to fake a lot of suicides of people.
Yeah, that was definitely in your training at the very least.
Yeah, refer to the handbook. Make sure you know what hand is their dominant hand, so you know which hand to shoot them in the head from, or what side to shoot them in the head from.
Right.
But to check if this was, did he hang himself or did someone hang him?
And while he's doing that, can I search the body for items of interest?
Absolutely. However, there is one thing you notice, Olzeg, that surprises you.
Mm-hmm.
So, you, as a member of the KGB, are privy to certain information about the arms and armament of the nation, so that you can know who are advanced units, and or in the next couple years, if you're still out in the field, how can you identify new uniform? This guy is in a uniform that's that's being developed and not supposed to come out until mid next year.
Huh.
Yeah. And you didn't see him in his uniform beforehand, so you didn't really have any reason to think that's strange. But now that you see him in this uniform, this isn't your standard this isn't hold on, let me go to the inventory because I need to remember the name. This isn't this isn't your standard Vatnik uniform. This is a much more standardized Red Army uniform. It's got the straight coat. It's what us as players would recognize as the uniform of the Red Army in World War II.
Yeah, the very long kind of beige-ish coat.
Yeah, so it's not the poofy coat that you guys are wearing, which is the old school one from 35. This is fresh off the line new.
Does he have his hat with him?
Yes, and it is in fact the Ushanka that is issued with this unit.
With the red star sewn on it?
Yes.
And yeah, the red band in the well, is it a gold? Let's see here.
I don't know.
I'm curious
I
now.
think the one you're thinking of might be the Chinese hat
Um.
with the band.
Well, okay, so I'm thinking of an officer's hat as opposed to a Nushanka.
Hmm.
Oh no,
Um,
he's got Nushanka. He's not an officer.
Yeah.
But I'll make that roll.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, it is the hammer and sickle.
Whoops! I
Mhm.
shouldn't have whispered that, but goddamn.
That's fine. I'm counting it. You get your improvement on that. A 3 out of 64. And then you're searching him. Okay, so Olzeg, you are searching him for what now?
Signs if this is a suicide or if someone
Hmm.
killed him. And
Okay,
if if he died from the hanging or if he was already dead.
And Anatoly, if you want to make me your spot hidden check. There we go.
Hey.
Okay, so you guys kind of start looking over the body, and you notice that Father Praskevich, or Praskovia, hold on, I fucking Russian names, Praskovia. Yeah, you notice that Father Praskovia and Alexander are just kind of standing there by the gallows. They're obviously cold, but Avanad's making small talk with them. Just
Yeah.
bullshit.
I have questions for them in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know that they're near the scene of this gruesomeness.
Mhm.
Olzeg, yeah, this guy hung himself. You actually notice something kind of funky. He has like a really tight rope mark in his right hand, and you notice something even stranger. His left hand, when you take the glove off, is degloved.
Did he have a glove on when we first met him?
No.
No. Degloved.
No,
as in-
I know, but
Oh, okay.
remember when we found that piece of skin under the bed?
You specifically looked at his left hand, and it had its skin on. And, like, you made a check and everything.
So
it
this
didn't look
could-
funky.
This could be less that the degloving happened because whatever was in the cell got away. It could be a sign, as it were, that whatever's going on uses that as a calling card.
You also know that you also notice that pulling off that glove, it seems sticky, and like hard to pull off.
Blood.
Yes, the blood is black like oil and gunky,
James?
similar
Can
to
I
how
just-
you saw in the cell.
Huh?
Gotcha. James, can I just say thank you? Because the first place my mind went was, oh, time was broken. Somehow we met him after he had been degloved, which is why the skin was there. But somehow the time went back. Yeah.
I mean, that also is possible. I mean, the fact that he is wearing a uniform that shouldn't exist right now in this capacity. There's some timey-wimey bullshit going on, or Todd Howard really misprogrammed his NPC triggers for this quest.
I was gonna say, just.
Oh no! What if?
My first thought was, great, time's fucking broken. Somehow the cell was in the future while we were with him in the present. It didn't make any sense.
If we think of that in character, that would be a good idea is to go back and look at the sheriff's office to see if anything has changed.
Motherfucker, these spirits are fucking with time.
Anatoly, searching the body, you find a Russian military ID.
Mm-hmm.
You find all of these medals on him that you saw previously in the box.
You mean the ones I took?
Yes.
I checked my pockets.
There are no medals in your pockets.
I'm checking the names on these medals. Do I find what I expect?
You find the same names, but different service dates. Service dates that are a year in the future.
Hold on. My mind just broke for a second. 2 seconds. You mean, hold on. So, okay, so now they're in the future, huh?
Mm-hmm.
But they're under. God. Anything else I find?
You do find one other thing.
Mm-hmm.
You find on him a picture with him and several other Russian soldiers in similar outfits. And they are in front of Odon 472, marked clearly on a truck.
Now, because I would know this, are Odons given their numbers sequentially?
Yes.
So you're fucking saying,
Well,
is he's in an Odon. Go ahead.
Currently, to your knowledge, there is only roughly 200 Odons.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he's roughly 450 Odons ahead of us, because we're Odon 17.
Yeah.
Commander, permission to speak freely.
Looks around and is like, I don't see any other officers.
Wait, first things first. Before I... Turning to the pastor.
Mm-hmm.
You said this happened last month?
Are you talking about the hanging?
I'm talking about anything close to this at this point.
Well, last month someone became lost in the storm. That is why I asked them to go home, but there was someone hanging when you first came into town a few days ago. But that one was somebody that Szabó decided to hang.
And so the hangman has become the hung.
Correct.
Hey, can you answer me a question? Have you seen a uniform like this before?
Looks at it and says, "No, I can't say that I have."
Good, because neither have I.
He looks at you and goes, "Are they one of your government's special forces or something?"
No. This uniform is a prototype. Or is based on a prototype.
Commander, you don't mean to say that explains things. Let us finish our questioning here and then I will explain.
I have a question of my own, if I may, Anatoly.
Yes.
Where was the man that he hung taken? Where is the body?
The man that he hung, he said that he took care of that himself.
And no one saw where he went with the body.
Well, I assumed that he was doing an autopsy because he brought it into the medical lab and then he brought it back to the courthouse.
Suck up yet.
We will have to do a more thorough search. Did anyone notice anything strange about the cadaver?
For the cadaver, you would have to ask, what's his name? Russian
doctor.
names. Yes, you'd have to ask the doctor.
I have good rapport with that man, I can ask.
Indeed. I would advise everyone to stay inside, and we need to get the body down soon as possible. I'm not superstitious, but I am not one to leave a suicide hanging.
Well, it's down at this point.
Oh
Yeah, it's down.
Or maybe buried is what I meant, or like taken
Sure.
somewhere out of view.
Yeah, and he says, "That is why Alexander and I have been waiting around. We have a tomb, for all native sons."
Then you have our blessing, I assume, to take our sheriff here.
I doubt that they need our blessing to take care of their own.
He nods and says, "We can take them to the tomb. If you ever need to see him, we will keep him in viewing for 3 days, as we do customary."
Could be
Nod of
worth
the head.
could be worth bringing the doctor back.
Mm-hmm.
Could
Okay.
be worth bringing Szabó back from the dead.
No!
To ask him questions, yes,
Yeah, right?
with our magic
Yeah,
that
go
we
full
totally don't
Yennefer.
have.
Go full Yennefer and raise him from the dead just to talk to him for a few minutes and then be like, haha, die again.
Yeah.
Okay. Commander, I have... Oh, by the way, I took those medals again.
Right. Okay.
Commander handing him one medal. I see a problem with this medal, just like I see a problem with the uniform.
Indeed.
And this photo as well. How many Odans are in the Red Army? I don't
Roughly
think it's that
200.
many. Yes, I don't think there are over 450 at this point in time. Apparently, though, our Szabó would have us believe differently.
I'd also find it strange that information I find on him is what pointed us towards the capitalist spy.
Huh.
It is possible that he was working with this, with this pig dog.
Avanad says, "Yes. So, do we want to question Raphael then?"
Well, that is problem, considering we no longer have evidence against him. I kind of open up pocket, considering whatever happened to those medals, they are no longer in my pocket where I left them. We have we have not slept. Or have we slept since our encounter with Szabó?
You have. And I'm going to pause things real quick. If you are currently bluffing, please give me a GM roll. I will wait 30 seconds.
That little fuck. If Raphael is stealing from us in our sleep, I'm going to shove that whiskey bottle down his throat.
I want to see that, by the way. I do want to see that, by the way.
There are some things you don't do, and that includes touching a man's trousers as he snoozes.
All right. Yes, everything seems to be on the level. So, what is your next course of action, gentlemen?
I say that we should go back to the sheriff's office, the courthouse.
All right.
But do you have a plan? Gunner?
For me, we need to talk to the
what
doctor.
should we do?
Giving up that easy.
Sorry, I'm looking. Well, I do. It would be good to talk to the doctor. About the old cadaver. In addition, well, yeah, probably just going to the courthouse, seeing what else the fuck is there, and then get our faces chewed off by Todd Howard's roaming Trojan horse virus. Because
What's the
I'm
matter,
going to
CD?
eat fucking time.
What's the matter, CD Projekt Red? You don't have enough fans to fix your game for you? You have to release it complete yourself?
Oh, man.
Pathetic.
See, that's the one thing I hope now that Microsoft has bought ZeniMax. No, Todd, fix your fucking games before you release them.
No, this
Right.
just meant that he got
No
to sell
arguing. fix them.
He got to sell Skyrim one last time for several $billion.
God damn it! How dare he? Okay.
Well, he sold the whole franchise for that much.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you guys head over to the courthouse. You approach the courthouse, and the wind is getting blustery and violent at this point. It cuts through your coats.
We might have to hunker down in the courthouse.
You know I don't want to do that. You
Yeah.
know
I don't want to do that either, because I think we're going to go in there and we're just going to hear around the corner. E.
F.
At all.
So, yeah, you guys go into the courthouse, and like the courthouse is like completely torn up, and by completely torn up, I mean like by completely torn up, I mean like basically the chairs and benches are flung everywhere. There's bits of the internal walls that are like knocked down.
Oh, fuck.
And yeah, like this place is fucking nearly destroyed on the inside.
Is it safe enough where we could hunker down and not, die of exposure?
Let me take a look real quick.
Let me run some maths.
Yeah, let me real quick just yeah, Avanad looks around and says, "Oof, area's rough, but we should be alright if we have to stay here in storm."
I hope not, friend. I hope not.
Yeah.
If need be, we should probably stay in the small room. The closer we are to the inside of the building, the more likely we are to stay warm.
He's like, you know. And yeah, so you guys are currently in the courthouse.
Keep your wits about you. We don't know if he rearmed any new traps.
Shit, Captain, why you have to burst my bubble like that?
It is my job.
Very good. You start looking around and you notice there is definitely traps that were not set off by you guys that are now set off.
Suck yet.
Like, there's a big fucking, like, area where, like, shot clearly went into the wall. And this area right here, there's, like, a line probably about 3 feet up. Just clear cut across and ball bearings bent out of shape all over the floor.
Ball bearings? You'd think that the Germans came through here.
Well, whatever it means is whoever came here put up much of a fight.
But I don't see it. Well, is there a sign of, like, blood, or, like, whoever triggered these traps ran afoul of these traps?
No. Doesn't look like there's any physical evidence of blood or gore or anything.
Whoever came here, if they did indeed trigger these traps, they got away scot-free.
So, where are you guys looking?
I want to go look at that, the jail cell where we found Mr. Hand.
Yeah. So, you go up, and you know that you need to kind of take a path that's like this through a fake wall.
Mm-hmm.
You go up and you open the door, and what's that adjective for like an area obscured by water vapor?
Hey, no.
Enshrouded in mist, more or less.
It's foggy. That room is full of fog.
There's a fog wall, so if we cross it, we're gonna have a boss fight.
I mean, maybe.
Fuck, I'm out of practice of my fucking Dark Souls.
I will just remind you guys, because I am not a cruel DM, you do remember the town is surrounded by a fog wall as well.
Oh, shit.
Suka.
Oh, God, dude. If that's the case, don't
By
want
the
to
way-
cross it. Unless we do. Because the DM is trying to make us think that we shouldn't, which means that we should. But what if he's
Yeah?
expecting me to think like that? But what if he's expecting me to think that he expects me to think like that?
Yo, I'm just shitting myself hoping you don't make the wrong decision and you have to roll a new character somehow.
I was gonna say, how are we gonna introduce that? I am from Odon 3 million. I possess the most advanced Russian equipment known to
No,
man.
it's just like a company of heroes. You'll just run back to our base and then reinforce.
Yeah.
Okay, I am
What is
going to
this?
go visit the office, by the way, while you're doing the whole
Oh, that's
jail
where
cell
the
thing.
fog is.
Oh, fuck.
Yes.
Suka.
Yeah, you approach the door and, like, as if it were a perfect barrier, with wisps not even crossing the threshold. There's a perfect unseepassable, opaque wall of fog.
Now, where is it going? So is
It's
it just the
filling
office?
this- Yeah, it's just the office. There is a door here, that has been busted down.
Okay.
So you should be able to get to the jail cells, actually. My
I was
bad.
gonna say, let's go to the jails.
You go to the jail cells, and I'll move you over here because you want to go there too, right, Olzeg?
Whoops, yeah.
Yeah. I forgot about this door being busted down, because the only reason you had to take that fake wall is that door was, like, hella locked. And he didn't even have the key to it. And it was big. You guys get to the jail cells, and inside the jail cell, it looks like this jail cell, the one that you found the degloved hand in, or I suppose the hands deglove. There is a typewriter, huh?
Oh, Hans.
Yeah. There's a typewriter. There are several sheets of paper. There is a service rifle, and his revolver.
I checked the service rifle and the revolver.
I
These-
checked the typewriter.
You actually, Anatoly, recognize this service rifle. These are not issued to Odons, but they are issued to standard infantry units. These are... Give me one moment, please. Hold on.
It's not a Mosin, is it?
Yes, it is a Mosin Nagant, and it is the semi-auto Mosin Nagant.
There was
So
a
it holds...
semi-auto Mosin Nagant.
Yes.
Fuck, I didn't know that. So is this
Or no, not
carbine?
a semi-auto. It's a magazine fed, not a stripper clip fed.
Okay.
My bad. Yeah, so it's a magazine fed Mosin Nagant. It holds 6 rounds instead of 5.
Huh. Okay, so it was... Okay. Which means that is... Okay.
So
Yeah,
I
these
have
are
an-
only given to, like, frontline at the beginning of this war. They
Right.
For players' sake, this is a slight anachronism because they are widely adopted in 1941. But they did exist in this time period. They are just pretty rare. Like, they're
It's a prototype, more or less. Just like
Kinda,
everything
yeah.
else of... He's the prototype man.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this.
This is less of a prototype and more of a, wow, you got to be a good boy if you get one of these.
Hey, looks like that requisition I requested and you disapproved last week has fallen into my lap.
Just giving him a look that's like, really? We're gonna start doing this now?
Well, of course, I have no one else to argue with. Well, I mean, like, I could argue with Avanad, but he always just... He nods and agrees with whatever I say.
He looks at the gun and just goes, "Ooh, pretty. I want to disassemble it."
Well, I want to hold it as a shooting weapon. So, here, take mine. Disassemble that.
Avanad looks at your rifle with like a look on his face like, "I have one of those."
Yes, of course
Well,
you do.
you have
but
parts to fix it if it ever breaks.
Says, "Well, I suppose that I can't have the luxury of hammer forge out here." And like fucking like takes the rifle and slings it on his back.
So, that brings us to problem. It's not impossible to find, but mixed with what is left of him, the suit, the medals,
The picture.
the picture. Captain, I don't want to believe what I'm starting to believe. Can
That
you...
we are dealing with a man out of time.
More so than that, you told me that fucking dumbass old man up in stupid
The quote unquote
yes,
mayor of this town believes himself to be
over
also a
400
man,
years old.
also a man out of time in the other direction.
It's not making any sense.
It is making
Uh,
sense, but not a sense that I would like it to make.
What does that service revolver look
It is. It's basically the same as the one James has, except it has his initials, BS, carved into the side, and it has 8 tick marks on it, like 8.
Even the DM is
Okay.
admitting that this is BS.
Yeah,
well,
right.
So, is it in the same condition as the first time we saw it? Because I could swear the first time we saw it, it was in disrepair.
It was in disrepair the first time you saw it. It is not in disrepair. It seems to be fairly well maintained, actually. And these markings that are on the gun, you remember there being 2. There were 2 tally marks when you first saw the weapon. Now there are 8.
More time travel!
So this typewriter. What is interesting about the typewriter, if anything?
You know that scene, "All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy"?
Yep.
Just replace that with malice.
Is there-
Can we remove the paper from the typewriter? Or is it like spookied in?
No, you can remove it.
Is it made out of? Is this paper made of anomalous materials?
It is not. It is paper.
All right, I'll have to put that in.
He didn't even...
containment protocols.
I'm looking at this keyboard, this typewriter.
Mhm.
Is the typewriter in good repair?
Yeah, for the most part. It looks about the same as the typewriter you saw last time. Metal keycaps. Your home row is a little bit faded, or the equivalent of home row is a little bit faded. But otherwise, everything seems reasonably oiled for like an officer's typewriter.
More or less what I'm asking is, did it look like a man who had just been degloved type this?
No, it does not. There is no blood on the typewriter. In fact, this room, I wouldn't call it immaculate because it's still like a prison cell, but it's as clean as a prison cell's gonna get that has like a cobblestone floor.
Oh, is there, looking around, is there a degloved piece of skin sitting around anywhere?
Make me a spot hidden.
Fuck.
Yeah, I'll probably make that too.
All right.
That's the second time I've rolled that.
GM, can I still win because I got a 69?
You can use your luck.
Did we get our luck back?
You slept.
Alright, yeah, I'll use 5 points of luck. Still, I was just like, but 69. Nice.
Nope, not happening.
Rip, no fun. Game's ruined.
Yeah. Olzeg, you are looking around, and you find the weirdest thing. Your first instinct is, I'm gonna go where I found that degloved hand the first time round. You reach under. You don't find a degloved hand, but you feel something. You look underneath, and carved in perfect typeface, literally 2 words. Game on.
What sort of childish prank was going on here?
Yet, it's bullshit.
It's in perfect typeface. The amount of force you would need if this person was actually using a typewriter's keys in order to puncture this into the stone.
Oh, and it's much bigger than the typewriter's keys.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't want to think about that.
Does it look typed or handwritten?
Gives me big spook.
Oh, it looks typed, but in very big typeface. And it is set into the stone. Avenant actually makes the comment, someone were to do that, it would take them at least a full day of chiseling, and that's if they're a full artisan.
Unless they were using... Kind of look over at the typewriter and like, is there any check I could do where it's like, oh, there's a small, imperfection in this key that was used, and it matches this typewriter.
Yeah, you can make me a spot hidden.
Yay!
Yay!
You look at the keys, and you notice that the E, has like, has a like a slight chisel out of the top of it. And the E on the bottom has a slight chisel out of the top of it too. But again, this would be like, if the typewriter is 12 point, this is like 48 point.
Yeah. But that's also something to consider, is this seems to have been, and like also like vocalizes this as much as, this seems to have been made with the same typewriter. But I
Commander,
do not see how that is possible.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but as you say, I am not one that knows how to make small type big and then small again.
I don't understand
And then
how any of
use
these
those types to make imprint on stone.
Is anything that we have seen in recent days sensible?
No, we have people acting like nothing is wrong. We have people being hung by unseen forces. We have, magic man who apparently can get messages through fog. No, I would say nothing is normal.
We also have a man who is wearing uniform, using weapon, carrying medals, and has picture that would have us think that he is several years from the future. But when we first met him, didn't he actually say that he was from the past? Like,
yes.
There was time
he
discrepancy
also said
the first time.
yes. So when you first saw him, he said that he had rolled into town about 10 years ago, but he was only there for 3 weeks. And he also said that he was a native of Moscow.
And we were told that they would, quote, bury their own. Someone is lying to us. And
I think they're all lying.
Cannot exactly interview the corpse.
Interview the corpse. Well, I believe that is time for our doctor friend to do just that.
If he is willing.
Oh, I hope he is. Otherwise, I may have to threaten to desecrate a corpse to do it myself. No good man of the Hippocratic Oath would do it. Unless, of course, he is hypocritical.
I think there are a lot of hypocrisies going on in this place.
Mm-hmm.
Keep everything we have of this to ourselves. How mad do you think they will think us if we go around claiming that men from the past are from the future, and men who they claim have lived here claimed otherwise?
Commander, something just occurred to me.
Yes?
Everyone was in shock, yes?
Of course.
But why have such a strong reaction to the hanging?
Because
I'm talking about Sunsika.
since they
This is
might believe that he is from this place.
This has happened before. Surely she is used to that at this point. Also, okay, remind me, what were those points where she acted kind of weird on us during the tour? I'm trying to remember.
So she was very anxious around the mayor's house, around the lordling's house.
Mm-hmm.
And she also said that she was not very religious and that she didn't really attend the church. And then you got
Goes
pretty
to
much
the church.
Yeah, you got pretty much the exact opposite of that when you went to the church. Not that she was a good church girl, but like that she does in fact attend the church and attends regularly.
Me no like. Everyone's fucking lying. Everyone is sus. No one's doing tasks. Zazbo disconnected as soon as he died. Because he didn't get imposter. Fuck this game.
Zabo's hacking. What the fuck is this?
Yeah. No, Todd Howard is fucking hacking.
Zabo's hacking. He won despite dying.
Oh, and by the way, the fucking pastor's hacking too.
Yeah.
He's mind controlling and or blackmailing everyone in the city.
I'm in Discord with them. I know when they die.
I know all of their roles too. He's playing Town of Salem, and he has the ability to look at everybody's roles.
We're all playing Among Us. He's playing Town of Salem,
and somehow winning.
Yeah.
Right?
Nah, man, I was doing tasks. I can't be Mafia.
Yeah, right. Wait, hold on. What?
What
But-
game are we playing?
Yeah. So, what are you guys doing?
Fuck. What are we doing?
Well,
I guess
first
we're
off,
going to go see the. Almost said coroner. How bad are you as a doctor where people confuse you for a coroner?
I would say let's get home and bed down before the weather gets worse, and then we can come back.
Yeah, are we actually able to go?
Yeah, you head out the door. And as you head out the door, you are like caught by, so you guys are lucky. You're like still in that stage where it's like, you know, it's going to get worse, but it's just okay enough that like walking across like this fucking like courtyard is doable, you know?
Yeah.
But snow is starting to pile up, and actually you like open the door and like literally just about to knock is Olzeg, the gentleman who you saw comforting Tomika. He's like right there. He's wrapped up like crazy. He's got like a bag on his side and looks you up and down, says, I have mail call from you. I hear that you are there. Bullshit that he decides to cash in favor now.
Talking to us?
Yeah.
How did anyone get mail out here?
Says, go ahead.
I'm talking more to Anatoly with that, but...
Well, apparently mail goes out. Somehow mail comes in.
Yeah.
Perhaps
and
our mystery truck man is good postman.
Yeah. And he's like, listen, Vedran has me freezing my ass off. Can I give you package and leave, please?
Yes. We won't keep you out in the cold any longer than is needed.
Thank you. And he fucking pulls out 2 letters and a small parcel. One of the letters is to you, Olzeg, One of the letters is to Anatoly, and then the parcel is marked Odon 17. And he tips his cap that's already halfway covered in snow, turns his back where his rifle is slung loosely, getting caught in the cold, and just starts walking immediately towards the common house at a brisk pace.
I suggest we get somewhere warm before we review these.
Indeed. I would very much agree. Though I am wondering how mail comes in, and how everyone knew that Odon 17 was even here.
That is something I believe we must ask our friend.
Who's your friend? But teasing.
The guy who took out the mail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for now, better to get back in and not, die.
Yeah. Okay. We able to get back in safely?
Yes, you are able to get back to your house. You slog through this snow. It's cold, dry snow, and your noses feel like they're about to fall off. You hear the wind whistling through the trees. And as you're closing your door, you actually can start to hear buildings creak, and you don't hear a single animal outside. They've all either frozen to death or hidden. But yeah, you close the door, and you are now inside your house. You also still do not have Kryakov with you.
Okay, where did the tall man go? I swore I saw him just a little while ago.
I don't
Come to think of it, I don't believe I've seen him since the bar.
Yes, we don't know where he went. But wherever he is, I'm starting to lose my patience. I hope the big dumbass doesn't get himself frozen as a popsicle out there. I'm not carrying him back if he is.
Avanad's like, let me guess, I'm going to be on Kryakov duty again. I can't keep dragging his drunken ass out of situations. And he's got like a slight smile on his face.
Let us hope that it is only a drunk situation and not a dead situation. We can't afford to lose people.
Additionally, I believe that, hopefully the snow keeps our spy friends from watching us. Knowing them, however, somehow I doubt it.
Yeah, and and Avanad nods as well. And he actually takes his ration canteen and starts warming up some like barley tea, essentially. So yeah, you have 2 letters in a package.
All right.
One of the letters is to Anatoly. It is from Moscow. From one, what's your babushka's name?
Mama's name is Mia.
Mia Bashenko. So there is one letter from Mia Bashenko, and it's pretty standard, like, hi, how are you doing, son? Like, it's very cold where we are, you really need to come and visit. Like, they're very adamant about, like, yeah, we know you're in the military, but you should come and visit. She never really got the thing through her head of, like, you can't do that when you're in the Red Army.
She doesn't understand.
Yeah.
You hear this, Commander? She wants me to come and visit.
I think your babushka might be a little baboomped in the head.
Oh,
yeah,
and
she's...
go ahead.
She's promising some of her famous borscht.
Yeah, and in fact, she did actually send a recipe to you. And it is a recipe for a potato and hare soup. Like, hare is in the game animal, not hair is in on your head.
That would be very Russian, I suppose.
Yeah.
What are you eating? Hair.
But yeah. So yeah, the letter's pretty bog standard. Nothing to write home about, but Olze, you have received a letter from Moscow as well. because you sent out like a thing that was like, here's our report and our situation.
Right.
Make me a law roll.
Sure. Where is law? Extreme lawyer.
Nice.
Jeez.
Yeah, you read through this and you know what the bureaucracy is like. They basically told you, cool, well, you're still an Odon unit and you're still here to recruit. Bring
Fucking
back your
do
quota. Yeah, like bring back your quota. Like we will send reinforcements if we can, which is Red Army translation for
No.
sit and spin on it, motherfucker. Get yourself out of it. You very not good message to receive. However, they do give you a field promotion.
Yay!
Yeah, so you are now officially Lieutenant Olzeg Malganovich. They even have a little part that's like, we regret that we cannot bestow this honor upon you. In person, blah blah blah. Like effective as soon as you report to the nearest center, like the nearest military base, we will give the official whatever, that sort of thing.
Official whatever, the best kind.
Yeah. And yeah, so now all you have is the parcel marked Odon 17 and nothing else.
I'll also probably open that. It would make sense.
Okay. You unwrap the twine that keeps this butcher paper around the package held together. And as you open it, there is a small wooden box, probably about the size of... I'm trying to think of a good thing it'd be about. It's about like 8 inches by 8 inches by like 5 inches.
Right.
Inside the package, packed in straw, there is a Medal of Valor for you, Olzeg Malganovich.
Nice.
And also your extra star. So you are now officially able to be seen as,
Yeah.
a lieutenant. There are 7 rounds of 7.62, which are for your revolver, Olzeg. They are, you can tell, because they're actually nickel-plated rounds.
Huh.
Plus they're tiny compared to the rifle rounds.
Huh?
Plus they're smaller compared to the rifle rounds.
Correct. They're actually about 3 millimeters shorter.
Yeah.
And finally, there's one more object in this box.
Right.
And the object is a fuse.
A fuse?
Like an electric fuse.
Yeah. Why
Oh,
would they
hold
send
on.
me that?
Well, Avanad?
Yeah, so Avanad.
Yeah, Avanad. Yeah, he looks at it and... Well, it goes to about anything. It's just a fuse. Just a power regulation fuse.
Why would they send that in an official dispatch?
Well, I've seen these fuses before. I mean, they're used for pretty much any small electronics work. They can be used in radios, you can put them in the back of televisions, you can put them in pretty much any consumer electronic.
Consumer electronics in Russia.
Yeah. In the civilian electronics. My bad.
I know, it's just that the wording made me like Stalin. Say what you want about Stalin. He did industrialize the country.
Yeah.
Well, then here. Maybe I'll hold on to it until we need it.
Sure, if you wish. And he hands you the fuse.
Is that okay, Commander?
Go ahead. Just remember, he's the electrician.
Shit. True.
I'm
Would you
not
rather have
one-
it, Avanad?
I'm not one of those commanders who believes that one man should have rifle, the other man should have ammo for rifle.
Yeah. Avanad.
Oh, cool! The bubbles. They blat it onto the. Okay,
What?
nice.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you hit the little speech bubble and It barfs it
Oh.
onto the.
Oh, sick. I
See,
like that.
For a second, I was like, did Gunner have a stroke?
Yeah. Yeah. So did you
No.
offer Avenad the fuse?
I did.
Yeah, he goes, yeah, I do have soft packaging for parts like this. I suppose it would be nice to have an extra fuse on hand. And he takes it and sets it inside his bag.
Just try not to lose it, eh?
Avenad looks at you and goes, I'm a professional. You don't lose your ingredients. I don't lose my gear. And he gives
No.
you a big smile.
Until today, I would say I have never lost anything. Now, I seem to have misplaced every single medal I took from our friend Szabó.
How did that happen anyway?
It's a good question. Maybe somebody on watch saw something while I was sleeping?
Avenad's like, well, I didn't see anything because I usually don't go on watch. You guys are so eager to volunteer. And he kind of gives you guys a smile.
Whoa,
In
we
that
just
case,
believe
you
that
get to
need
take
your-
first watch.
Yes, you are taking Kryukov's watch, considering there is no Kryukov.
Fair.
Let us
And,
see how you
he-
do without your beauty sleep.
He says, he like smiles with like his very gaunt face and says, I know, I might have to get off cover of magazine now.
Eh. And
Um.
since you are on watch, I believe there's a nice warm heater I will curl up next to in your place.
He looks at you slightly contemptuously and goes, yeah, you get the heater spot. I'll lay on the floor. Poor cold Avanad. Like, but
It's
yeah,
okay. I'll take second watch.
yeah. So yeah, you're gonna do Avanad first watch, Anatoly second watch, Olzeg third watch. Is that the plan?
I
would
think it's the
seem-
plan.
Okay,
I
cool.
see
I was
what you
just
said.
confirming. Yeah, there's one more thing you find in that box, by the way,
Oh.
Olzeg.
Uh-huh.
You look in the box and you kind of like, maybe like, you're like, we could use some kindling for the fire. I'll use some of this straw.
Mhm.
And you take out the straw and you see that there's a small handwritten note inside.
From who?
There is no marking as to who it is. The small handwritten note is written on graph paper, and all it says is, where did Kryukov go?
Son of...
Where in the world is Kryukov San Diego?
Yeah.
Okay, is that something you mentioned to us?
Probably, because that's fucking weird.
Son of a bitch. Oh, I'm sorry, sukabiet.
What?
Well, that means something similar. That means
Yeah.
stupid bitch, but...
Yeah.
Something you wish to share with the class?
No. Nothing to share but a question. How the fuck did that make its way into our package? Maybe the courier? How would they know? Moscow wouldn't know that Kryukov has gone missing, which means this has been tampered with.
Did it look like the seal had been broken and then resealed?
I mean, it was a wooden box with a sliding door, so
Could have been. But at
Yeah,
the
I
same
mean-
time, do these people look like they have graph paper?
there is a lumber mill. Like, that would be a place to find graph paper. It's
Well,
an
we
industrial job.
could always go there tomorrow and see if we find similar graph paper. But considering everything else that has happened today, I don't believe anything can be ruled out. We are dealing with a man who fell out of the future into the past into the future.
And boy, are his arms tired.
Boy, does he have vertigo!
Yeah, right?
Commander, when we
Okay.
figure this shit out, permission to shoot whoever is responsible.
Granted. But he's the
And-
sheriff.
Right?
Well,
Um,
I shot the sheriff.
All right, so we're gonna do first watch real quick. Everybody make me watch checks. So your spot hiddens and your listens.
But then he's the caveman.
Okay, Avanad. Oh man, Avanad, buddy.
You didn't do so good.
Here, let me. Oh.
My ears just explode.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh.
Nice.
Oh.
Nice. All right.
One day I'll get that filthy animal.
Would you like to push your listen check? You
Me?
would leave the comfort of your house.
Me?
Yes.
Let's think. I have 45 luck left. So, technically, it's a 65. Do we do it, boys? Do we risk it for Triscuits?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
You know what Gary would say.
Yeah. But Gary's also asleep right now.
Yeah.
You know,
Fuck it.
I'm building him. Hey.
Hey,
no.
it's enough that I don't have to spend all my luck. In fact, you know what? I'm going to spend enough luck to make it an extreme success.
Damn. All right.
Oh, that's a very good fucking point, because we're just about to get our luck back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm basically banking on that, and then the DM would be like, "Ha ha, no!"
Yeah. Okay. So, first watch, you guys don't know anything about. Second watch,
Wait, he doesn't tell us anything when he wakes me up?
well, no, what happens is he walks over to you, wakes you up, and says, "Storm's really bad."
So nothing to report.
Helpful.
Nope.
Great, please, steal the warm heater spot after nothing. Okay.
He says, "Don't mind if I do," and like gives you a big thumbs up as he curls up beside it.
Wow.
Suka.
Uh, Second watch, you hear. So seeing is kind of hard in this blizzard. You don't really see anything important. Things that you hear, however,
Is that who I think it is?
it is. Hi, Gary. I've got special plans for you, Gary.
Go back to bed, Gary.
No, I've got plans for him. I've got plans. So,
Hold on. Let him explain himself first.
go ahead.
I was playing poker and lost track of time. I'm sorry.
Oh, you weren't even asleep?
You were just playing
No.
fucking poker?
No, I didn't get any notifications. My phone wasn't going off.
That's fair. I can respect notifications not
Dude,
going off. Plus,
I've
it gives me an opportunity.
I've built you an army with all of these skeleton gifts of like 4,000 skeletons, it seems like.
I noticed this because I was like checking Discord. I was like, hey, why do I have so many notifications from Karen?
Yeah.
Wait, why do I have so many notifications from James? Then I was like, oh god.
Yeah. Did you see the names that I gave you?
Gamgee.
Some of them, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So this is actually perfect timing. This is really good. So, second watch goes
I'm
by.
accidentally a god.
Huh?
I said I'm accidentally a god.
Yeah, perfect. So second watch goes through uneventfully, except for the fact that you hear the wind get so bad it knocks down trees, and you can hear it from your house.
Jeez.
And in fact, you had an extreme success on your spot hidden. You notice that the gallows crash onto the ground from the wind and the weight of the snow.
Son of bitch.
Yep. And as for final watch, what do you do anything to pass on to final watch?
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah.
Okay, from what I can tell, gallows, kaput. Trees, kaput. My sanity, kaput. Any questions?
Why? Are you that scared of wind?
No, you know what I am scared of? This fucking building blowing away and then being exposed to that storm.
True.
Vibes.
He can't even berate me for that one. He's like, yeah, fair.
Yes.
Yeah. And you do
I get
feel
it.
like,
Biggest of moods.
yeah, you do feel that like the ceiling seems to get pretty heavily laden with snow, but it doesn't seem to be giving in. Let's see. And final watch. You do confirm with your own eyes, yes, the gallows are down. There's a giant pile of snow where they used to be.
Gallows are down.
Yeah. And you also hear a lot of breaking, and you actually hear the wind get so bad that it sounds like debris cross over like the courtyard. And you hear a really loud thunk at your door. With one particular wind.
Like someone someone's knocking on heaven's door, or...
No, it sounds like something hit your door at a high speed.
Can I do a little looky-loo without exposing us to, doom weather?
The elements.
You got an extreme success on your spot hidden. You peek out the window and you see a huddled body with something like on its back that's like slammed into your door.
Human
Does not appear to be
body?
moving. Yes. A pretty big human body.
Oh, big boy.
Mm-hmm.
Baba boy.
Is there a way I could drag him or them inside?
Yeah, easily. You could open your door and pull them in. You'll get a little snow inside, but it's a body in front of your door.
Yeah, it's not good for decor. I don't know what the homeowners association's view on that is.
Yeah.
Well,
so you drag the body in?
You've
Yeah.
met the three of them, haven't you?
Mm-hmm. So you drag in the body and you feel the familiarity of the woolen coat. And you look down and it's Kryakov. And he has a massive package on his back. And he is pale and looks like he has cold exposure.
Guys, Dora the Explorer just walked in. Backpack, backpack,
Yeah, right.
backpack.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's something worth waking people up over.
Yeah, you wake everyone up.
I was gonna say,
Avana.
probably just by virtue of opening up the door. Holy
Mhm.
shit, these cold.
Avana,
Yes,
you won't have to be doing any looking for our friend anymore.
Avanad, like, what's good? Oh, fuck. And he, like, runs over and immediately is
Yeah.
like, get him by stove, get him by stove.
Shove him in stove, shove him in stove. No, wait, we're not Germans.
I was gonna say, we're Russians, not Germans. Calm down.
Yeah. But yeah, you get him next to the stove and, like, his color is just, like, slowly coming back. But, like, once you get him near the stove, instead of being stock still like he was, he's now, like, shivering, like, in his sleep. It's really violent shivering, but you seem to have, like, at least resuscitated him past, like, the stone cold unconscious he was.
Come on, get him out of these snowy clothes. He will be soaked through in just minutes.
Yeah,
Grab warm blanket. Well, dry blanket.
yeah. You guys start pulling off his clothes, and you notice the bag that he has on his back is more like a bundle. And as you pull it off, probably about 3 feet by 2 feet by 2 feet of sticks of dynamite
Oh!
are attached to his back.
Keep those the fuck away from the, fireplace.
Yeah. But yeah,
Well, then-
Avanad, please.
Let's
Avanad,
say
please
about
make
the-
sure that those are safe and not attached to a timer.
Avanad, I Captain, well, friend, well, whatever. And
Comrade.
like starts comrade. Yeah, starts like looking through the shit, you know. And he confirms like they're not they're not hooked up to a timer. They're all like individuals, but he's like, looks like there is a plunger mechanism here. So if we wanted to, we could set them up.
Can you disconnect temporarily?
He says, oh, he's not connected yet. Just figured I'd mention what all was in package. Probably
good.
about 50 pounds of dynamite here.
And where did our suka bliet get that?
Paper
Says,
big ones.
beats the hell out of me.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, now they're getting him warm, you know, kind of slap him lightly on the face. Hey, giant. Wake up.
Yeah, so, Krikov, you start to kind of feel someone slapping you lightly on your face.
Oh, good, you're finally awake.
Yeah.
Oh, what's
Hey.
going on?
Krikov,
Hey.
I will give you a real quick recount of what you remember.
Thank
you were in
because-
the bar, you saw Sunsika run in, crying, and now you're here. And you hurt.
I figured I hurt, which is why I did the groan of pain.
Yeah. You are not only more cold than you have ever been in your life. Like, you try and move your fingers and they don't move, and that scares you, and then you finally get them to move a little bit, and you're like, oh, thank God, not frostbite. And, like, you feel, on your lower back, on your, like, the middle of your back, and at the base of your neck, like these pinpricks.
So maybe frostbite.
Probably.
Hey. Bliet. Wake
Oh.
up.
What's going on?
I don't know, you tell me.
You tell us. Bum 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 ba bum.
What are you doing using these singular Oh God.
Pronouns.
There we go. God, my mind went blank.
Pronouns. Comrade.
Yeah. What are you using singular anything in this sentence?
What are
Yeah.
you doing, step comrade?
What are we doing?
Step comrade.
No, I think you mean what are we doing, step comrades?
Oh, man.
Oh, what's this?
But yeah, Avanad
Devolved.
Avanad looks at you and says, I know you like demolition, but where the fuck did you find all this?
To be truthful, I do not recall.
Yo,
You know, you do this much more, I'm gonna start thinking you're the American spy.
you know what we could do, my boys?
Fuck.
Use all of this dynamite to blow up the mayor's house.
One step at a time first. We have to bury our mother before we kill God. It's how these that's how these RPGs go.
We're in a Western
damn it.
RPG though.
Oh fuck. Pick flowers, kill
yeah.
God.
No, that's the Kill God is a JRPG thing. The Western RPG thing is chapter 1, bury your parents. Final chapter, bury your genocide victims.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Something, Spec Ops the Line, something, white phosphorus, something, I asked for this?
Excuse me. How'd you survive this? Who says I did?
We were
Somewhere
just
along
trying
the
to
line.
help people.
Somewhere
God,
along-
Spec Ops the Line is a fucking mind fuck, man.
Right?
Hell yeah, dude. I'm
All
gonna
of those war crimes you thought you committed never happened. You died in the helicopter crash.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't mean you're not a fucking bad person, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but also you didn't have a choice in the fucking white phosphorus bombing,
Nope.
which is like,
You have a
okay.
choice
As
with
a
literally
player, you
everything
didn't.
else.
Yeah, no, as a player, you have no choice with the white phosphorus bombing, so it's like, okay, I'm supposed to feel bad for this? I literally couldn't progress without doing this. Should
Well,
I
and
have
then-
just stopped playing your video game?
Maybe.
And then with a
Maybe.
lot of that, well, and then with most of that, you realize no, he didn't commit any war crimes at all because he died
Yeah,
before he had the chance to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Can't
so
commit
lost
war
on all
crimes if you're dead.
Yeah.
I'm so lost on all of this.
Yeah.
We'll explain after the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, back to the game.
I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be real with you also. I have none of my teeth in and I'm trying to chew bubble gum. It's not working out.
That sounds like an exercise in futility.
Why,
Well-
though?
Dennis told me to.
Hmm.
Oh, build
Fair
strong gums.
I guess so. Fuck if
Ah.
I know.
I think he got you the wrong kind of gum. I
Yeah,
want you to
yeah.
work on your gums. So you start chewing gum.
No, alright. So, they told me, they specifically recommended Hubba Bubba, alright? So I go to the store and I get Hubba Bubba. They did not recommend that I take the rest of my teeth out first.
Huh.
I had a rough day before I hopped in this call, alright?
That is fair. Anyway, let's get back to the game.
Sorry.
So, that's
So,
all right. So yeah, maybe like half an hour passes, and you are now warm enough to be an living human, Krikov.
Imagine living in 2020. Couldn't be
Yeah,
me.
right. But yeah, so you're now kind of like alive. The weather has cooled down, and in fact, or calmed down. In fact, Olzeg, you don't know if this was a coincidence or not, but as soon as you pulled Krikov in, the weather died down pretty immediately.
Spooky.
Mm-hmm.
Scary, and also potentially skeleton.
Potentially, yes.
I mean, it is that time of year.
Yeah.
He's scary.
Yeah. So do you catch him up on what's happened?
No, we leave him in the dark. I'm joking.
Please catch me up. I'm so lost.
You guys
I mean, we could, yeah,
you guys
plot
do
dump
that?
all over him.
Okay, so you guys do that. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Okay, so where do we start? Oh, yeah, someone hung
Sabo's
the sheriff.
dead. Yeah,
Yeah.
the sheriff hung the sheriff.
The sheriff hung the sheriff. What?
Yeah, Zabo, also he's from the future because he has a bunch of stuff that won't be, current until that won't be meta until like the 1941-42, and we're still in the 30s.
Yeah, we're in
Uh-oh.
1939 right now, and we're here in 1939, and he's here living like it's 1942.
Uh-oh.
Stinky.
Let's see here. Yeah. Everybody's fucking weird. We've determined that.
Yeah, but we determined that
Some-
before, I feel.
Somebody recognizes that this is a game, and so they've said game on.
Basically.
Basically Todd Howard took the typewriter that was in the jail cell, resized the font to be big enough to print into the stone, and then put it back.
Pretty much.
If that sounds confusing, it's because it is.
If that makes you lost, welcome to the club.
Todd Howard presents Angry Russian Men from 1930s.
Pretty much.
I think that's pretty much everything, isn't it?
Pretty
Hey,
much.
I got back perfect timing.
So the
So-
Nazis said to the Chinese... No, sorry.
God.
All
Um,
I know is that Todd
Hitler
Howard
didn't
makes
die.
videos.
He escaped.
No, dude,
to Spain.
he was Argentina.
Yeah, somehow he flew an Iron Annie past belts and belts of fucking anti-aircraft guns to
Definitely.
Spain. Got on
Definitely.
a submarine
No,
from
no,
Spain
no.
to
See,
Argentina.
There's a secret tunnel between the Fuhrer bunker and an airport that's 4.5 miles away. So he just fucking walked all the way
And
there.
it's not even real. That's the best part. Anyway,
Not even real.
so yeah, you guys are you guys are kind of talking, and sun has begun to rise, and you hear a knocking on your door.
A rap tap tapping?
A rap
Or is
tap
it a
tapping.
clap clapping?
No, it's a rap tap tapping.
It's a
I'm
visitor,
trying to
dummy
sneak
thick,
up.
and
Yeah, I'm
nothing
trying
more.
to sneak up on the player.
Yeah.
It is a visitor, dummy thick, and
Nothing
Yeah.
more.
But yeah, you hear a knocking on your door.
knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door.
Yes, what? Flinging open the door.
You see Sunsika there.
Shoot
Oh,
her.
probably. Yes, what? Oh, Sunsika.
Yeah.
How you doing,
apologize.
girl?
She has like a basket under her arm. And she says, "Oh, I saw that the storm was very rough, and I didn't know if you had any rations, so I brought you some bread and some other food." And
She took my advice.
Shoot her.
guys.
She's a spy.
I'm starting to think that.
Shoot everybody.
she
Don't
hands
shoot the girl.
you
I like the girl. Don't shoot her.
yeah. She hands you a basket with like a handmade cloth, and there's pastries and bread and what looks like some just like stock cubes.
How old is she
Ah.
again?
So,
Like 20.
Nice.
after such a bad event yesterday, I have good news.
What is good news?
Our
And
poor
she-
friend here, motioning to Kryakov sitting on the ground. Our
Mhm.
poor friend here braved the storm to come home to us.
She says, "Oh, well, that is very good." She says, "I know the town is in a bit of disrepair, but I figured, seeing how you are new here, I could give you a tour here in maybe an hour or two."
Fuck! No!
Wait, what?
God, it's fucking Groundhog Day. Damn it, Todd Howard.
Wait, what?
Damn it, Todd Howard.
The fuck's going on anymore? Mike, your
She
game's
and
broken.
so,
Spaghetti
hold on,
code.
So what probably fucking happens is he's probably about to respond, and then all of a sudden his eyes kind of
Glaze
you can
over.
see like the loading wheel above his head.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
looking at the rest of the group. Yes, that sounds good. I am sure the rest of the group would be interested as well.
Yeah, and she like smiles, and says, "Oh, that's wonderful. I'll give you time to eat your breakfast, and I will meet you at the common house in, say, an hour."
Why don't you make that an hour and a half? Maybe 2?
Of course, of course. I don't really have much to do all day other than help at the common house. And she has like a big smile on her face.
Yes,
What's
yes.
the pudding station?
Yeah, looking over at the others like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and
She
she kind of waves and's like, "Bye, soldier boy. See you soon." And like
kind of
walks off.
weakly waves, shuts the door behind her. Alright, Captain, permission to freak out.
Granted.
What the fuck is going on?
Permission denied.
Wait. Didn't this already happen?
Yes, it
Avenad
did.
just kind of
Go
Avenad
ahead.
looks at you guys and is like, "Something is not right."
Oh, that was the first clue.
Do not get upset with Avenad. He's not responsible
I'm not upset
for
with
this.
Avenad. I'm upset with this whole situation.
Don't get mad at Avenad. He didn't do anything wrong.
I'm not mad at all. I'm mad at the situation. I'm just taking it out the first person to respond. I'm sorry.
We all just start rolling around on the ground crying.
Yeah, right.
I want to go
Oh,
home.
yes. KGB lieutenant is fucking crying because
I can't kill this.
Avenad looks at you, Olzeg, and says, "Didn't you bring shortwave radio kit?"
Yes.
And like
Thank you, DM, for reminding me that I'm a big dummy.
you notice that his posture like stiffens up significantly. He just says, Can I see the radio real quick?"
Are you saying that the whole reason we haven't been able to fucking call anyone is because...
Avanad, do you give him the radio?
Yes.
Avanad takes the
Yes.
radio and says, "No, I just remembered something." And he flips open the back, and he takes an object out of the back and drops it onto the ground. And what you see is a completely burnt out fuse.
That's what I was about to say.
What the
I was
fuck?
asking him to finish.
And-
Yeah.
Yeah, and he like reaches in and slots the fuse back into the radio, and his face has gone completely pale. And he just like shakily like offers the fucking radio back to you, Olzeg.
Insert John Tron screaming, "What? What? What?" But yeah, let's flip it on. Start searching through the various, bandwidths.
Yeah.
Here you go. Here you go. I put it in Project Severovo.
Perfect. Yeah. No, you hear just standard Russian music. Yeah, exactly. But one thing that stands out to you is you hear a song that Raphael was singing at the very beginning when he first met you guys outside of your room. El Provieco se da al gato. It is not his voice, but you hear this.
So, boys, do we gotta cap him?
Well, at any one point, I'm expecting him to knock on the door. Because that's what happened, isn't it?
I'm not a saint, but this makes me want to do unholy things.
GM,
Well,
isn't that what happened?
No, he knocked
that
before
he knocked on your door? Yeah, when you were staying at the workhouse or the common house? Yes. Yeah. And you look out the window, and he is not near your house, but you see him way across, like, by the workhouse, and he's singing, sitting by the front door with a bottle in his hand, and his lips are moving in perfect time to the music that is playing on the radio.
Well, I think we need to kill him, boys.
Cox rifle. I just want to talk to him.
And
I just want to talk to him.
I just wanna talk
I
to
just want to. I just want to shoot him. I just want to shoot him. I just want to shoot him.
I just want to talk to him. I just want to shoot him.
Yeah. So what's
Dad, you can't do this.
what's
Meg.
the
But
What's the
Olzeg,
plan?
you can't do that.
Okay.
Is there anything
if-
else on the radio other
Yeah.
than the song?
You scan across, there's like, and all of it's very fuzzy except for that, right?
Fucked.
Yeah. And you hear like various like news reports, and like you hear some stuff in like what you think is like Dutch, and you hear some stuff in what you think is like English, and you hear some shit in what you think is like German, and you hear a news program in Russian talking about some sort of like munitions barrage.
What? Do they give a date?
No.
This is fucked. I don't know what to do because, like, I feel like this is one of those things where if we if we make it known that we have broken the Matrix, everyone's gonna go fucking postal on us.
Lieutenant, I have a plan.
Yes.
I suggest we continue like this day is starting anew, yes?
we play along until we have what? Better proof? Wait.
No. We find the person who does not do as they did that day.
Also, if it is indeed that day, then Szabó is still alive.
Yes, it is. In which case we can ask him many things. My biggest concern is if we find someone who does not do as in the first day, maybe if we identify them as someone who is not in a time loop either, perhaps perhaps they are on our side.
That or they are definitively against us.
That is the problem. But either way, friend, enemy, if you cannot have a friend, better yet an enemy, yes?
I'm not sure what sort of Hallmark card bullshit that is.
It means it's better to at least know who hates you if you can't find out who likes you.
That I appreciate more, spoken in the tongue of the common people.
Am I? Oh, are you accusing me of aristocracy?
I am accusing you of being learned, not necessarily bad thing.
Oh, I'm not the only one learned here, though, as I am sure you can attest to with your own experiences.
Are you calling out my stats?
Yes, I fucking am.
All right, execute Anatoly. Question.
I've got the
Yeah.
rifle. I'm the best fucking shot. I'll put you down first.
It's
And
3-on-1.
As you guys are kind of fighting,
Out of character and in character.
and in character, yeah. As you guys are fighting, that piece of graph paper,
Oh, fuck.
Avanad walks over and is kind of like just trying to piece things together. He like looks at that piece of graph paper again, and he just looks really confused. Said, "Who did somebody write on this?"
No.
What
It
do you
said,
mean?
Where is Krukov? Yes.
He says, "First of all, this is from Kryukov's kit," and he points at Kryukov's drafting notebook. And he says, "Or it could have been from my kit too," and points at his drafting notebook because they both have standard issue drafting notebooks. And then he says, "Also, what does this mean?" And he hands it to Olzeg.
What's
And
it
Olzeg,
say?
on the paper, it says, "We are watching instability high."
It means that we do carry through with Anatoly's plan. But does not make any waves until we know who is watching us. And what their concern for instability is.
And
If-
Avanad, oh, go ahead.
If we decide it is in our best interest, well, maybe it is instability that we will give them.
You know what what this feels like, Kryukov, Olzeg, Avned?
Mm.
This feels like war game, where you have pardon my foul language, officer, where the stupid lieutenant that does not know shit over your shoulder, nagging everything you do until you do it perfect. That's what this feels like.
That we are being told to continue this dress rehearsal until we get it right?
I believe so. In which case, we are almost late for our first appointment.
Perhaps this has to do with the man who died in the clinic. He too will be resurrected, if
Maybe.
this is a repeat.
Or maybe things are far more complicated than we originally believed. Either way, let us not be late.
All right. So you guys head out to the workhouse? Or the common house?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you guys head out to the common house, and you see that Raphael is sitting there, and as you approach, he kind of like lolls his head over. He seems a little bit more drunk than usual, and he says, "Hey, comrades, I see you survived the storm."
Question: was there a storm before Sensika came and found us the first time?
Mm-mm. Nah, it just got real cold.
Does anyone
right.
else act like there was a storm last night?
Well, Sensika did.
He says, "It looks like you soldiers still have your coats and your boots. I'm glad they didn't blow away." Kind of
Yes,
take
but
another
it
big
seems,
swig.
unfortunately, it seems like your sense of humor stayed as well.
Oh, don't be like that.
Get the
I'm a
name
world.
on.
He says, "I'm a worldly man. I see the world around me and I comment." And like takes another drink. At this point, his jokes aren't even like very coherent. You know, he seems pretty drunk.
What time is it?
It's like
It's like-
fucking crack of dawn.
Yeah, it's like 9, maybe.
Man, there's day drinking and then there's day drinking.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he is the town drunk.
It is 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah.
And he's
Well,
the
hold
sheriff.
on. If what I think's going on is going on, there may not be a 5 o'clock somewhere. At least where we are.
Yeah. Yeah. But do you guys just go into the common house?
Yeah.
I suppose so.
He's the sheriff.
You see the common house is more packed than usual. Everyone is around the fire, and it's a little bit brighter and a little bit warmer than usual. Everyone's dressed super warm. Warmer than usual. Everything's more than usual. You know what I mean. But yeah, Sunsika's there, and
Hyper realistic blood.
skeleton. Yeah. But Sunsika's there, and she's like, "Oh, it's good to see you. It's good to see you. Did you enjoy the food?"
Yes, it was very good.
Did we actually even eat the fucking food?
I didn't
question,
fucking
did
touch
you?
it. Because this
You
is,
didn't touch it?
This is weird Groundhog Day food. We don't know what the fuck happens.
Yeah.
I imagine we get full.
Where you touch it?
Did you eat the food, Anatoly?
He probably had some, yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
Your stomach explodes, but...
Yeah, no, Avanad also
2
had...
seconds, we are back.
Okay. Avanad also had, like, a pretty decent amount of food.
I
Yeah,
had
she's...
some too.
Hell yeah. She's like, "I'm glad that you liked it. It was, I made the muffin, or no, I guess she'd have been making, like, sweetbreads. I made the sweetbreads 2 days ago, and I made the baklava a day ago. The honey is actually from a local apiary."
How the fuck do bees live out here?
Well, it is the winter right now.
It's always winter in Siberia.
No, the Siberians have a nice spring.
For like a week.
For like a couple months. They have about 3 livable months out of the year.
I'm just saying, bees... How the fuck do they get enough shit to live for like 9 months?
Well,
Just
I mean...
hardcore fucking bees.
Yeah, I
Don't
mean,
you know
like...
they're distributed? They're just... Hey, they distribute the wealth just like everyone else here in Siberia.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, bees actually are communists, so...
I mean, don't you know? Oh, didn't you know that like the bees in Siberia are like dandelions, where they just sort of like, like a normal flower is like, you planted me here in this perfectly good soil. I'm gonna die, and the dandelions are just like, I will thrive. I will thrive. In this
Yeah.
Oh, some nice concrete. Gimme.
Ah,
Right?
I live in the patches in the road.
Yeah.
Light everywhere.
Yeah. But yeah, Sunsika says, well, without further ado, we have our tour. And she starts walking you guys out. And she takes you to the church and says, this is the church. This is where we worship every Sunday. Today is Monday, so you just missed it.
Do you always, do you frequent the church?
Sometimes. So whenever I go on, I go whenever my father tells me to. Um, and she walks by, and she continues walking by, and says, "This is the courthouse. Um, this is where we used to have a sheriff, but we haven't had one for quite some time." And she like points to the destroyed gallows and goes like, "As you can see, the state of disrepair. We generally police ourselves."
What happened to the sheriff?
Oh well, it was before I was born. I think the sheriff had passed away, or maybe moved out, or something. But that's all I know. I'm sure my father could tell you more. And
And what
uh,
can you tell me of the pastor?
oh, Father Praskevich, or Praskya. He's a good man. He helps the community quite a bit, and he takes care of all of our funerals, all of our bodies, and takes care of any sort of festivals. He organizes those as well.
Hmm.
And you guys are noticing something as you're walking around. The fog used to be like way out here. The fog is now like here.
I don't like this.
Wait, it's coming in, correct, or is it going out?
Correct. It's coming in.
Gotcha. Okay, I can see.
Yeah.
What can you tell me of the fog?
She says it rolled in maybe a week or two, a couple months maybe. It's been very fatiguing, but it just came in. And we haven't been able to get anyone in. Well, we've gotten people in, but not people out.
Have you been
People
able
get
to keep up things such as radio communications or mailing?
She kind of smiles at you and goes, well, we don't really have radio out here. As for mail, the only person I know who can mail things is, well, his name is Vedrin, and I think that he is a little unsavory for folks like yourself.
That he may be.
Yeah.
Desperate
And
times can make strange bedfellows. Besides, we are all Russians at the end of the day.
Yes.
she kind of nods. It's a little bit of an uncomfortable nod, but she's not gonna like try and press the issue. Um, she's like, this is the somewhat nicer district. This is where many of the people who work higher jobs end up staying. And she points across and she says, of course, you know that that is, well, where you are living right now. The we shall say more rustic district. She walks over here. This is the lumber yard. This is where most of our industry came from before the fog came up. And she basically just gives you like the rundown, the same that she did, that
But
sort of
it
thing.
seems like she's adjusting for it being a different day. It's not a one-to-one retelling.
Yeah. She goes, this is the stables, and this is where Mr. Milajevic lives. He is the mayor of our town.
What can you tell me about the mayor?
He's a generous fellow. His cook comes into town and patronizes our businesses with ration cards. And he doesn't go out much anymore, but when he came out, I heard that he was a very sociable person. And she looks like physically uncomfortable.
I take it that the the... How about we step over here, as to not be overheard?
She kind of nods, and you guys step over here, and she's like, I don't want to speak ill of the man in his own town, but he's of the aristocracy. Some of the Red Army never quite made it out here.
Does he even know
What
that,
year it is?
does he even know that the Tsar has been replaced?
I don't know. I don't know if anyone has spoken to him for a while. The only people that people speak to is his cook and one of his lovers.
Oh,
One
he is
of.
that kind of man.
She nods solemnly and says, "It's not a life I would choose." Yeah, and she like walks you guys back to the common house and says, "Well, that is the tour of our wonderful town. Is there anything else I can tell you about?"
I'm trying to think what the dialogue option would be where we're basically like video game characters where we're like, tell me about Max."
Let's see here. Has anything been majorly off from the last time we talked?
The gasworks is gone. It does not exist anymore.
Entschuldigen Sie?
And
Did you
what?
just say... Sorry, I
Come
slipped into German there for a minute. It was like, that's a very polite way of, excuse me?
Repete?
Yes, the gasworks are gone.
Question. How do you keep the town heated?
She says, "Oh, well, there's a gasworks on the premises of the Mila Jovec, the Mila Jovec property,
Mile Jove.
the governor's mansion."
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Mila Jovec, sorry.
I see. And who is responsible for the maintenance of the gasworks?
I believe it was a man named Roby. He is the house servant of the place. I don't know if he brought in anyone else.
Has anybody met a Roby?
James and Olzeg and Kriekov have met Roby. He was the guy who like let you guys in and kind of eyed you with suspicion.
One of these things is not like the other. That's the only question. So the gasworks. So Boris never fucking existed, which means we're gonna have to take a kill away from Olzeg.
Fuck! I quit. This game's bullshit. I'm going to Steam and I'm uninstalling.
Yeah, fuck nerd.
Yeah.
Get good. So tell me your favorite thing about the town. How does that sound?
My favorite thing about the town is, the people. Everyone here is very kind and very good. Even the people who roll into town are always very nice.
Wait,
So-
is she pulling a, fuck, what's that one boss's name? Priscilla from Dark Souls? This land is peaceful. Its inhabitants kind. Bitch, what the fuck?
But yeah, no, she's like, everyone who's ever come into town, we haven't really had any problems with them. It's very nice.
Except for you guys. You guys suck.
She even says, I hope that I can continue to say that because you all seem like very nice men.
Is there
right.
some...
What's
What's
that?
sense motive? I want to see if she really believes that.
Psychology.
Rip, I have psychoanalysis.
Does
Psychoanal
have a
spit-
sexology.
Wow. Um, yeah, you like look at her face, and she seems completely genuine. Like she seems like you guys are really nice guys, and that she likes you.
I suppose we should probably keep in line with what we said last time, just to keep things the same. I'm afraid I have to ask, you do understand why we are here?
She kind of like leans her head down and says, I heard from my father. You're here for recruitment."
That was the plan, yes.
She says, "Well, I understand, and your job is your job, and I will not be upset that you are doing your job, but..."
I believe you misheard me. I said was.
Oh? And she
Things
kind of
have
like looks
changed
up.
with the fog.
And she says, "Oh, so then are you here to help us now?"
Helping you would be helping ourselves.
She smiles and she says, "Well, I suppose that helping yourself is the best. If helping yourself is the best way to help us, then we would love to help you help yourselves as well." And she kind of like does like a little like curtsy as just like a haha, I said a little snarky thing. You know what I mean?
Now you
Yeah.
see why Anatoly likes her.
Yeah,
Not in that way.
right.
I can
You're old enough to
see.
be her
I can
father.
see the people lining up to type things.
Hashtag cancel Anatoly.
No, fuck you.
I'm kidding.
Better.
But yeah, she's like, "Well, if you are looking for information on the town or anything like that, I'm sure that my babushka could help you. She actually helps run the common house."
Have we met her grandmother?
You have met her in passing, but not like as players. You haven't. Your characters have like met her kind of. She's like, if you're interested, her name is Yulia.
Yolia, 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 Yolia.
Yeah.
I tried.
Very good, very good. And she
I'm
she
telling
kind
you,
of says
don't
like
take my abortion.
she kind of says like you can I can introduce you to her. She's up at the moment if you like.
Insert joke
So-
about, well, she'll be asleep in a few hours because she's an old person.
Yeah.
Oh, it's noon, time for bed.
Ha ha ha.
I believe we should split up again
Let's split up, gang.
to cover more daylight.
All right. Who's going where?
Some of us may want to talk to this new lady, which would work. But I think we either need to talk to the pastor again. Actually, what if we did this? Some of us go talk to the grandmother. Some of us go talk to the pastor again. I'm not talking to that asshole again. I didn't like him. And then we all group up together to go talk to the mansion owners.
You guys want to do that?
I also think it might be pertinent to see if the,
Town hall?
no, not the town hall, the sheriff's office, the courthouse, if anything's changed there. I don't know. I feel like there's this part of Mike that's like, stop going there. There's nothing left. But I'm like, yeah, there's something there, guys.
No, I'm not gonna. So I'm writing this as a concurrent updating fiction. So I only have rough ideas of what everything
Okay.
has. So
'Cause
yeah, when you guys go somewhere, it might be important or it might not, but I don't have it set in stone until I roll my dice.
Because every DM's had that thing where it's like,
Stop fucking going there.
yeah, stop
Yeah.
looking at the wall. There's nothing there. How many times do I have to say there's fucking nothing? I'd like to make a perception check.
What would you like to make it on? The wall? God damn it! No, Okay, so
I'd
how
like
about
to
we do
take
this?
20 to look at the wall.
It is a wall made of stone. What kind of stone? Fuck, I don't know. Slate? Slate isn't native to this region. Fuck off. But
How big are the stones?
roughly 1 foot by 1 foot.
They would have had to get those here by crane.
Where are the crates? But yeah,
Are they made by
anyway.
slaves? How are their cuts?
God damn it.
All right.
Sorry.
But yeah, I think what we should do, because it's about 11 o'clock, is we should wrap it up for tonight and leave everyone on a cliffhanger for what the fuck's going on for next week. So, let's start. First in, first out. Gary, give me your outro. Or last in, first out.
Yeah, I was about to say, first in, what the fuck?
Bullshit.
DM's lost his mind. The DM's blind!
Right? Gary!
You did not just go the fuck to sleep on us, asshole.
Gary!
No, I'm muted. Sorry. I was talking the whole time. I was talking the whole time, and none of it was heard. It was all funny stuff too. God, I hate when that
good.
happens.
Good.
It hurts my soul when that happens because it's like
I
so
know
many
that
good jokes that are just gone.
Right?
It's okay. Howdy, kids. It's your Projekt Sport. You come here, briefly playing a game. It was fun,
You got a good half hour in.
Yeah, I got a good half hour in. That's what's important, right? No, we'll be
Yeah.
real chill. Like the entire 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes beforehand, I was cleaning my teeth. I was cleaning gum off my top plate. That was fun. That
Yeah.
was, oh god. Don't lose your teeth, kids.
I
Just don't do it. Good. But yeah. So if you want to catch me on another game, you catch me on Sunday, where I'll be playing Grandma and Cousin Igor. In the I'm gonna be real, Chief. It's I can't ever say that it's gonna be safe for anyone while Grandma's alive. I'm just gonna put it like it is, brother, because it's not fair to a lot of people like that. But
Yeah.
it is hella fun to watch. It's a great train wreck, and I hope you all tune in. And I think that's it.
All right. Middle in, middle out. Olzeg Malganovich, give me an outro.
Hi ho, friendolos. My name is James, otherwise known as Nihar. You caught me here today playing Oleg Melganovich, the KGB agent who's just like, fuck this, me go home. I quit. I take ball, go elsewhere. Because, yeah, shit's fucked. Also, are the stones chiseled or not?
Yeah. Right.
As I continue to stare at the one wall. You can also catch me here, yes, maybe in the new Apocalypse World game, The Bitter Ends, I think it is. I'm just going to call it The Bitters.
So.
Because that's funny, because haha, drinky poo. Where if I join it, not 100%, I'll be playing as Krusty Carl, the gun lugger, who's basically like, God, what's that one redneck comedian, get her done.
Larry the Cable Guy.
He's like an even fatter, even dumber Larry the Cable Guy.
Does he advertise Prilosec OTC?
Probably. He does definitely have heartburn, so he probably needs Prilosec OTC.
Nice.
But, just imagine instead of that, but instead of, like, the joke being haha redneck, it's haha, I have a... It costs $400,000 to fire this weapon. for 12 seconds.
What a weirdly specific metric, by the way. 12 seconds?
I don't know. Russians.
It's
Nothing
probably
they do makes sense.
well, it's probably how quickly you run through a full belt of ammunition.
Wow.
Fuck,
True.
we might have to get into Team Fortress 2 and see if it takes 12 seconds for the heavy to unload his standard minigun. But, yeah. Catch me there. Sorry I yelled into the mic. I just thought that was very redneck.
Oh, of course.
Apologies for those of you who need hearing aids, but, get Nate on. On Sunday, you can find me when we get back into Cosmos, where I'm just patiently awaiting for Gary to make a monk gnome, who, if they do not just, like, run, like, dead heat sprint up to someone and then torpedo themselves head first into their chest, I'm gonna be sad.
A Luigi.
So, I have an announcement to make, guys.
Please tell me it's monk time.
I made a monk.
Was it because of
That
that
monk.
video?
It was. It was
Nice.
entirely because of something. I'll go more in depth later.
On Mondays, you can find me as part of the crew of the Fire Strike, where I play Gerald Silverchild, who might as well be called S because he's pretty much L. And he's been taking quite a few L's in these conversations because everyone wants to do, like, social shit, and he's just over here like, the mission.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's it.
All right, excellent. First in, last out, Anatoly Bashenko.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Cyrus Smith, and you just saw me playing Anatoly Bashenko, the cook, who's also... I shot the sheriff, but if the sheriff's not the sheriff, then the...
And
we're
he's
out
in here, and
here.
we're out there, then we're the caveman, and we're in here.
If we're in here and he's out there, then who's the sheriff?
I'm gonna swoosh right in.
Woos.
So there's that. Also, because I always forget to do this, and it really would help, can I please get some sanity back? I know we were supposed to do that while resting, but...
Go ahead and roll your 1d6 sanity.
Can our sanity go above our maximum power?
Yes.
Motherfucker.
Well, Scoop. Looks like...
Fuck you, Volzeg.
Like 6 sanity. Oh man.
That the
Because
when
I'm
you do
looking
it
at
for-
my...
Oh my god.
Because I'm looking at my sanity, and I'm like,
Get fucked,
45.
man.
That's
Get
a
fucked,
problem.
man.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
Man.
I
Just
shouldn't
down
have
to
fucking said anything.
Oh,
I
that's
shouldn't have
the wrong
fucking
thing.
said anything.
At this point, we're just gonna have to go, what'd you do it for a Scooby snack?
Yeah, right. All right.
So, you can also catch me this Sunday running Tales from the Cosmos, where a band of intrepid adventurers are back on the high seas. For the time being, until something gets a hold of them.
A gnome monk.
No, Claptrap. I mean, what?
I will quit
Oh,
the
God.
game.
He was so quick to just say fuck that.
Nobody here likes Claptrap. It makes me sad.
I mean,
worked
we like
so hard to perfect
I like
the Claptrap voice.
I like old Claptrap, but
Yeah, but here's the thing. Borderlands is obnoxious
It is, but
at
that's
the
the
best
point.
of times.
yeah, no, like the 1 and 2 knew they were obnoxious, and they made the joke about it, but they didn't push it overboard. After that, they sort of
They forgot that it was a joke.
yeah.
Gaming hot takes. I love all the Borderlands games, but I do hate Randy Pitchford, that little piss demon.
Randy Bitchford, you mean?
Uh-huh.
Dab.
Dab.
So,
Real quick,
Sorry.
I don't know who Randy Pitchford is off the top of my head.
He's the guy that
What?
runs Gearbox development, and he's also like a fucking like
He's a children's party magician who found himself in the highest seat of gaming for a little bit and then pissed everyone off.
Also, he just walks around apparently with fucking thumb drives full of porn and leaves them places. That's one of the funniest stories.
Bastard.
Oh, and he punched a voice actor in a lobby of a hotel for asking to get paid.
Oh, yeah. No,
Fuck
Randy
that
Pitchford
guy.
is a cunt.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah. Anyway. Enough Randy Pitchford for
right.
the jerk.
Right. Monday, you can find me playing Twinkle Bailey, the isekai, who we have determined should, when in his investigations, start wearing a tiny little fedora.
Yes.
Because, duh.
Mm-hmm.
And the other question is, does he smoke cigars or cigarettes? Which is more noir-esque?
I think cigarettes. They're the people's smoking device.
Ah, there you go. You can also find me on Tuesday, where I'm playing Drifter, the little old lady who loves nothing more than to run people over with her truck, Betty, or to shoot out windows with her, her drone, Rufus, or probably any other number of horrible things to people that she just finds amusing. So, there's that. Excuse me. You can also find me on Wednesday, where I am... Excuse me. Oh, fuck. I did it again.
What?
I said Wednesday.
Oh.
There's
Sad
nothing on
day.
Wednesday. Not right now, at least.
Super
I-
F.
I think I'll end it here.
Aw.
I'm sorry, son. That's okay.
I
One
miss
day.
computer.
We all do.
We all do. Best wishes to Computer King.
Best wishes, son. We know
And-
you're watching.
And that brings it to us! Me! Ba-da-da-da-da-da. I'm tired if you can't tell. That was just a train wreck of an intro to my outro. Hello, everybody. My name is Mike, also known as Win 5, Get 1 Free, and you've caught me GMing. Projekt Severovo. What was I about to say? Legacy of Stramdex is what I was about to say. Fuck.
Legacy of
Whoa.
Severovo.
Brain.
Project Stranded.
Hot take.
Hold on.
Hot take.
This is just another one of the worlds we were going to go to in
Oh, was
Legacy
it?
of Stramdex. So, like, eventually you're going to be like, so anyway, you guys walk in, you see an angel, a cat, a shadow person, and a giant woman.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
beginning of a great bar joke.
Right?
Hell yeah, dude.
But yeah, you've caught me running Projekt Severovo, the wonderful Russian game in Call of Cthulhu, where shit just keeps getting more confusing. And the best part is it's only gonna get more confusing, guys. You're still you'll find out some things, but you're still in the question arc. Yes?
I don't like how you looked at the camera when you did that.
I don't know what you mean, Gary.
Don't do that to me.
I don't know what you mean.
Don't do this to me.
But no, you can also catch me on Mondays, where I am a part of the Fire Shrike, where I play Matthias Merch Dieschburg, the lovable turnip man. Just kidding, he's not lovable. He's supremely hateable, and that's why I love playing him. He's pretty fucked, and he's doing the good doctor things for now,
So-
until he can get away with it.
Here's the thing. Should we start a straw poll for the crew of the Fire Strike that's kind of like what to do with the Blaseball book, but it's what to do with Matthias?
What to do with merch? Yeah, I love that. I love that.
Burn,
Vent him,
eat-
keep him around, make
No.
him make drugs.
No, just like eat him, burn him.
Oh,
vent
shred him, bury
Deface
him, close him,
Guys,
deface him.
die.
guys, listen.
Mhm.
Shred, sink, eat, book soup.
Book soup. We didn't get book soup though, Gary.
In this case,
We
it
did
would be
get
radish
soup.
soup.
It would be radish soup. But
We
yeah,
almost had book soup.
we almost had book soup. Almost. Also, join our Blaseball cast. No, I'm just fucking kidding. Yeah.
We'll
So,
fucking do it, kids.
huh?
I said we'll fucking do it.
We'll fucking do it. We will fucking do it. But yeah,
Hell yeah.
huh?
I say hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I mean, we have the perfect opportunity. There is a siesta going on for at least a month, so that gives time. But anyway, that is the discrepancy. That's the end of it for me. That's my outro. And I believe that we should give everybody a R.I.P. Zabo and get the hell out of here.
R.I.P. Szabó. But if he's the sheriff and he's dead and we're in here and we're out there and he's in there and he's dead, then who's the sheriff?